Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Hawk Nation Sports. Have you ever been to a Waltham football game but wonder who Mr. Leary was? Well, no need to wonder anymore, because we'll find out all about him today. So let's get it going. Waltham football has been around for an extremely long time, and Leary Field has been a part of it for the majority of the time. Why call it Leary Field though? John Jack Leary is his name. He was a big-time athlete, coach, and person. John attended Waltham High in the early 1900s. He was the real deal. A star halfback on the football team for 5 consecutive years, and an even better baseball player. So good actually that he made it to the big leagues for 2 years. His career was with the St. Louis Browns, no longer a team in MLB. He batted .258, knocked in 60 RBIs, and played first base. Mr. Leary was an all-around person. He served in the U.S. Navy during World War I, then became Waltham football coach, baseball coach, and the athletic director. He had those positions from 1920 until retiring in 1960. John Jack Leary was an all-around man. This is why the football field is named after him today. Here's a quick video on Leary Field. Seems like there's been some awesome memories just in the past few years on that field. Here's some personal experience on that field by special players themselves.
I would say my best memory would be my first varsity game, sophomore year. You know, coming from being a freshman, playing at the freshman level and the JV level, and then playing as a sophomore, starting for varsity. It was like a crazy experience. First game with, you know, one of the best teams that played, Waltham High, the 2013 team. So, yeah, that was a nerve-wracking game, and it was just so fun to be like part of that team. And I remember like my first catch, that was my first varsity catch, and it was during that game. And it was the third quarter, and you know, Moses had to step up to the play as quarterback, and it was a great night. Eventually, well, obviously we didn't end up getting the win, but you know, I remember that game very vividly. Leary is very unique in its own way. You know, obviously because it's grass, and you don't see a lot of grass football fields anymore because nowadays it's always turf. But there's a lot of history in Leary, even from the bleachers, the same bleachers from back in the day, I don't know when. But that grass, I mean, Sven, he's the equipment manager. He cuts it, he does all of that by himself, and he works on it during the off season, during the spring. I'd see him during track season, working on the field. So, you know, there's a lot of history and a lot of pride into that field. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears has been on that field. But some kid I knew from North Andover, he was on North Andover football team. He was one of their best players. I talked to him a few months later after that game that we beat them that year, 2 years ago. And he said that, wow, you guys are so lucky to have that field, because that field is like, it's like Fenway grass. Like, it's one of the best fields that I've played on, and I thought that was pretty cool.
There's a lot of things to love about Larry Field. It means a lot to me talking about it right here. My grandfather, my uncle, my father, all generations have played in this field. There's been many sporting events that have taken place that ranges from football, lacrosse, soccer. There's been so many great players who have made a name for themselves, who've come to this great sporting venue. And it meant a lot to me one day to be able to take part in this field and be able to play a football game, be able to score a touchdown, do something that would be memorable to my family and my generations to come. I also love Larry Field because of the memories that it will give you. My dad and my grandparents have told me stories of how in many generations back in the 70s and 80s that Larry Field used to be a huge event where people would come to football games, pack all the seats so it'd be like nowhere to move. There'd be marching bands going all around the stadium, and it'd be a great spectacle to go to. And I think the fans that we have today are very supportive. So are the cheerleaders who come and cheer, and the people who come from all over Waltham and even away people to come see this great game being played at this great sporting event and great field. Yep, and that's what I think about Larry Field.
Leary Field is definitely not like any other. Well, that's all we have for this episode of Hawk Nation Sports. Be sure to check out the next one. Go Hawks, baby!